All right. Hello, hello. Welcome back to my little escapades. I'm just popping off here doing a little late night grinding. Just chilling. This is totally a improvised stream. I didn't even think I'd do this tonight, but here we are. So that's fun. The price of bones fluctuates so much. So apparently Lego Fortnite is dropping in the next couple days. I don't know who else is excited for that. Hang on, I'm just gonna adjust my guy here. Go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner, Da Vinci. Quit bugging me. If I move the mouse over there, does that bother him? Does that instigate him? No, it doesn't. So why was he instigated before? Weird, 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 weird. I don't know why he green screened there for a second, but it's alright. It's alright. Da Vinci's back to normal. Near. Oh, near. What a game. What a game, what a game. What a bop. What a bop we got going on here, hey? So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Shaggy. I just kind of stream whatever I'm feeling at the time, which can be everything from RuneScape to Fortnite to things like Sea of Thieves to more indie titles. Just kind of stream what I want. And yeah, RuneScape is a really chill stream. It's kind of basically my equivalent of just chatting with RuneScape in the background, because there's not really enough going on, I feel like, for it to be a full-on stream on its own. So, you know. Earlier I did try and do the Dragon Slayer quest on free-to-play with my stats being less than significant. And I got my butt handed to me fairly quickly. So I'm gonna grind a bit, get that level up. I thought I'd do it off stream, but then I was like, you know what? I'll do it on stream. If people want to watch, they'll be here. And if they don't want to watch, then they won't be here. So that's fine, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's depending on your time zone. I know for my region, it's night, so maybe I'll make some European friends. Who knows, right? Who knows? But I am excited to see the new Fortnite stuff come out, because I feel like there's a lot going on there. They're gonna start rolling out pretty quick. And like, I don't know if it's Guitar Hero kind of thing that they're doing. I hope it is. I want it to be. But I don't know if it is. A lot of runes. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if it was Guitar Hero, though I'm not really sure what they do with it, other than have it as like a experience, you know? Which would be fine. My concern is everyone's gonna start playing the Lego version when it comes out and move away from the the regular version. Because the Lego version, I mean, it's you know, it's fine. But I feel like it'd be fun for a couple rounds and then just kind of die off, you know? Just, peter off, right? And then people would come back to the main version. It's like when you try and play a ranked match in the middle of the night and there's absolutely no one playing and it's kind of brutal. And you're sitting in the queue forever and then no one ever comes in because no one's there. They're sleeping and sad. Awesome, awesome. Now, do I go check out what's at the Grand Exchange if there's anyone making their mark? Four law runes isn't bad. It isn't great. It isn't. Are you? Oh, he's an egg. I liked in the days gone by prior to the Grand Exchange when it was harder to find things. I feel like prices were a lot like if a barbarian dropped a law rune, you would be in the money. Like that was 2k for a law rune. Like it was insane. Whereas now it's kind of more regulated. The man stepped in, you know. Because before it was like, if you were the one person selling a law rune in the in the bank, you decide the price, and it was either you pay it or someone else will. All right, it was $2 for a law rune. Now it's $3 because you're being sassy, right? What's that? If I take snow. Wield snowball. Heh. I see. Cool. That must be the event of the season. That's cool. That's cool. Trying to make it donate. This person's level 3. Come on. Trying to make it take it. So okay, so they're just bots. Just the bots living their best lives. Looking for a free bond. Yeah, okay. Why? Why is anyone going to give you money? People... A bond costs like billions of dollars. Just pick up ashes. Just pick up ashes until you have that. So I thought there'd be more going on here. Sometimes it is. But since there's not, I think we'll just go back to the, why am I getting hit with a snowball? Go back to the barbarian town, you know? Barbarian village. As I wander through my nostalgia-filled game. Wow! Wow! Da, 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 da. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. This person just AFK'd? Like, what's going on here? An Easter egg? They're just chilling? Alright. Teach their own. Alright, let's get some fishes. I have wishes for fishes. The Easter egg has opinions. Wow, playing with some real people. I do like some of the conversations that just sporadically happen. Sometimes you'll hear people just get into the weirdest conversations. Do 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 do. Alright. I know now that fire is there permanently, but I just prefer to make my own and get the experience. Because it's only a little experience, but like, how often are you doing it, right? Does it say I'm playing DBD? Excuse me? I am not playing DBD. What? Let's change that real quick. Done. Stream updated. Good. Better late than never. As they say, as they taught me in wee child school. Yeah, no, I love just coming across organic, just randomness. This guy. It's always like, who hurt you? Why are you the way you are, you know? Why are you saying the things you're doing? Alright. You know, you ever have those like crazy random like intrusive thoughts, but like not like bad ones, but you know, like just the most random shit. You guys ever get those? So earlier I was doing nothing, and suddenly it just like entered my brain, my poor innocent brain. I was like, remember that part in How I Met Your Mother where Ted makes Lily cry for breaking up with Marshall and he's like totally valid about it? I'm like, where did that come from? Why did that enter my mind? where did that come from? And I actually had to think. I'm like, what part of the show was this? Like, why did this occur? It made me think of things. I hate being made to think of things. It's very upsetting. Because it started with just like one line. I just remembered it wasn't even like Lily's character. I just remember seeing in my mind's eye just like a girl crying on a TV show that was really impactful. I'm like, what? Who was that? What was that? I had to think about it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. It was Lily. That's right. It was it's so dumb. Why are there people here doing this? Yeah, I always find that. I find I just get the most random. Like, I don't think it's random, but people around me are like, dude, you have the craziest maze like way of thinking that no one else ever thinks. But to me, it doesn't feel that way. I feel like I feel like my thoughts are connected, but apparently no one else does. And that's fine. That's fine. You know, it's all right. But it's kind of funny that people don't see how I connect the dots. It makes me think of that meme where the guy's, you know, he's pointing to the board with all the like red thread connecting the little plot points. Like, but don't you see how these are all connected? Don't you see how I got from A to B? I will say though that like I've always been kind of good at just anticipating things like the ending of movies and stuff, and just how that stuff goes. I don't know. Think differently, you know? Like when the latest Indiana Jones came out, I my brother would not shut up about how good it was. And I was like, let me tell you what happens. I have never seen this movie, but let me tell you what happens in this movie. And I like laid out the plot for him. And he was like, yeah, but you went and saw it? I was like, no. I just, no, you know? I mean, I feel like based on the title alone, you can kind of guess, you know? That's how I see it. And then he's like, no, you can't just guess off the title like that. You have to have some kind of inside knowledge to get it that right. I'm like, no, not really. But hey, if other people do, that's fine. No judge. I'm like, maybe all the people who do the writing in Hollywood and stuff all think the same. I should just be there. Oh, I've got a business guy. Yeah, I'm here. Can I just not get killed in a second here? Yeah, hang on. Wait in line. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Hi, Niles. This is a fish. Thank you for wasting my time. Give me a sapphire. Great. It's one of the fun ones. And that's why I like video games like Undertale or Amori or stuff that like comes in and gives you the, 11th hour twist where, you're not doing what you think you're doing, or the goal changes, or the goal was never what you thought it was, or I love those. Those, oh man, give me those kind of things all the time. Even books, like you're reading a book and you always think, I love it when people do this in books. You always think that you can, what you're reading is factual, and subjectively to the book, right? Like, for example, hypothetically, they don't do this in Harry Potter, but like in Harry Potter, if it says Harry Potter went and did this, you're going to believe that Harry Potter went and did that, because why wouldn't you, right? But there's books where, the author, the narrator isn't always telling you the whole truth and pulls this like same kind of stunt where in the 11th hour it's revealed that the author or the storyteller is actually like not telling the whole truth, like leaving some things out, and turns out to be the villain the whole time, or is like manipulating the truth to make you do something. And that, I live and die for those books. It's great. A game that's really good for that is What Remains of Edith Finch. If you haven't played it, go play it. It's very much like, it's less of a game and more of an experience, is what I will say, because it's just what it does in general. You're not really you're not really doing a whole lot. It feels closer to a movie than a game, but it's very much worth it if you haven't played it. Like, you do move around and you do interact with things, but not in a like quest kind of level. It's hard to explain. It's a good game where from the beginning you're like, something's wrong with this story, but you can't really put your finger on it. Hey, I got my rapid heart heal. Maybe I could have survived against a dragon if I had that. Jeez. If there's ever a story or a game or anything where it starts off with so-and-so is telling the main character, and then you take over the main character, I'm like, try not to forget that, you're being told this story from someone else. This isn't like a God's honest truth here, it's hit and miss too. It's not always like it can go either way, you know. If it's written well, it's written so well. Like it is chef's kiss perfection, right? But if it's not, it can just destroy a story. And it just comes down to who's talking about it, you know? But yeah, if you haven't, I highly recommend all those games. Amori, Everhood's a good one. Obviously Undertale. Everyone's played Undertale. I feel like everyone's played it to death by now. Dead horse. What Remains of Edith Finch. Yeah, what are some other good ones that are like less heard of? It's a tough nut to crack because it's like either they're indie games that, you know, are really off center and not a lot of people know about them, or they'll make their way to Twitch and kind of be found by a whole bunch of streamers, and then that's how they kind of get off the ground. Like Doki Doki Literature Club, I feel like just happened to be found at one point when it was just could have just as easily just fallen into obscurity. Nobody would have cared. Nobody would have cared. But I'd rather buy and play through, you know, 10 copies of Amori than some of these AAA games that are supposed to be, you know, the best, you know? Like, why are they kind of slacking, I feel? Like, they're coming out with things that I kind of, you know, and I say this, it sounds entitled, but it's just coming from a place of, hey, this is a passion of mine. Try not to step on it, you know? I want the games that I play to be good. I want them to be well done. I don't want them to be rushed and stuff. If you know it's not done, if you know it's not what it could be, because it should kind of be your passion too. If you're letting it out into the world, right? If you had a hand in making this game happen, you should want to see it at its finest, right? And yeah, there are deadlines and it's a business, but at the same time, I mean, and what I'm thinking of, the game that comes to mind is Gotham Knights. I feel like that game had potential to be so good, and I wanted it to be. I believed for so long, as from the initial launch trailer, or the announcement trailer, to launch, I was like, no, this game, they have to get it perfect. It's gonna be so good. There's no way. It's too big to fail, you know? Because the thing with all these games based on comic books is that, to be honest, you could be a little lazy about it because the lore is already written for you, you know? And it's, you know, in the case of Nightwing and stuff, it's been there for, you know, 40 years at least, right? I don't know exactly when they introduced Nightwing in DC, but you know, I think he's the oldest one of the four that are in Gotham Knights, but like, so you have all that lore to pull from, all of it, years and years and years and years and years. Why are you not doing that? Why are you not using what is at your fingertips, right? Like, yeah, make a new story for sure, right? but the character's already written there. The character's already, you know, he's got his whole story arc there, you know. It just, I don't know. I was let down. I was I went in expecting gold, and what I got was uh, just a solid chunk of banana peels. I don't know why banana peels, but it's like, and then I turn around and like a friend recommended Amori to me, and I was like, okay, this game will be meh, you know, it's cheaper, it's mostly unheard of on Steam, right? I finished that game and I was like, okay, so we're just gonna play through it again, you know, like immediately as soon as I finished it, I'm like, okay, and again, and again, and I want to see every piece of dialogue. I want to see every option here, right? Um, like it kept me interested even after I had finished it, right? There was no like, there's still not. There's still I could go back and I could play it right now and I'd enjoy it just as much, you know? Like it kept me involved. It kept me thinking about it. That's the thing. Even after I turned off the game, I left to do other stuff and I was thinking about it. And I think that is a sign of a really good game. Like a really well put together game. And that's the same with Everhood. I actually have there's a quote from Everhood and I have it saved on my phone because it's just like such a whoa moment. I'm not gonna ruin the game by saying what goes on, you know, it's a mix, like I said in my last stream, it's a mix of Guitar Hero and Undertale. Super cool. So go play it. It's a little trippy, so if you're like light sensitive or anything, heads up, watch out. But yeah, there are some points that are just like it does a lot of fourth wall breaking ish. We're just kind of like, I don't know how you feel about this game. You sure you want to like do this thing? Are you really sure? And you're just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know, game. Are you gonna judge me? Are you gonna like come out of Steam and just like insult me if I pick this option? So that's where I feel this is going, you know? I like that. I like those kind of games. But then it's like, why aren't bigger studios doing that with their games? You know? And credit where credit's due, like Hogwarts Legacy did a good job for like you can go right through the story. Oh, this guy's gonna walk out again. Yeah. You can go right through the story and just do the main thing, right? Or you can spend infinite amount of hours doing the castle, doing, you know, trying to find all the map pieces, trying to find all the secrets in the castle, which is crazy. Which I looked up some because I, you know, had no idea. I never 100% it. But like, wow. There are some wacky places in that castle, right? And you can go to every little village out there, do all the little villaging stuff. I have it on the PS5, and on the PS5, I think it's an exclusive PS5 quest where you're able to open a shop in Hogsmeade. And one day I was super tired, but I still wanted to like progress a little bit, and I was like, oh, I'll just do one more quest. I'll just do this little quest, little fetch quest to like get this girl's stuff out of the shop, whatever, and it's fine, you know. I didn't think there'd be a lot to it, and then I went to get her stuff from the shop, and this quest turned into like an hour and a half endeavor, and I was tired, and I was grumpy, and I was mad at myself because I know if I wasn't grumpy and tired about it, if I like slept instead and done the quest the next day, I would have enjoyed it a lot. But in my fugue state, I was upset that the quest was not just a simple fetch quest. And it didn't let me like save mid-quest either, so I had to do it. My last save was way too far back. I was like, grr, I just wanna play and then go to bed. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of clue scrolls. I can't confirm, but I think clue scrolls, aside from being random spawns, I think they also will like intentionally put them in front of players that are continuously doing a similar thing to kind of see if they're botting. It's my conspiracy. Because if you are doing like a quest or you're changing up what you're doing fairly frequently, you'll get less random events. You'll get, you know, less guys popping up to check up on you, to give you little baguettes or whatever, fish. But if you're grinding one thing for too long, suddenly you start seeing a lot of like, hey, are you there? What's going on? Are you there? That's why whenever you see like the major fishing spots and stuff, there's always a pack of frogs there or something, you know, there's always someone there that's like, hey, person, pay attention to me. But the botting in this game has gotten really bad, which is kind of upsetting. Because what do you do? Like, you know, you can report all 9 bots you see walking through the Grand Exchange. Like, I'm not a mod, you know. Oh, that guy's going for that. And the thing is, because I like playing, you know, I like playing the game. I don't want to be worried about how other people are playing the game. And I feel like if I was to play the game that way, where I'm reporting every bot I see and, you know, it would feel more like work. And that's not what I want. Getting these levels up is pretty good, pretty decent. I saw that a lot of people are I saw that there have been a few people watching my VODs, so I appreciate that you're watching them, just hanging out with me in the future. Thank you for dropping in and watching them. I know it's just grinding and me just chatting your ear off, but honestly, I feel like from my end, sometimes that's what I want. Sometimes I just want someone to just like talk, you know? Especially if I'm just like chilling. I think that's why people do podcasts and stuff too. It's just like, I just want someone to talk. Talk to me about games. Talk to me about what you're interested in. Tell me your passions, you know? Give me something. And you guys watching my VODs after the fact it's very cool. I appreciate it. I have a pseudo YouTube channel that I've kind of been half-assing, just because I'm not really sure what I could get away with in terms of Shaggy being a Warner Bros. Character yet. And I think if I'm gonna try and make like a real go of this, I might need to change my avatar and my name and kind of. So I don't want to commit I don't want to make a whole YouTube and stylize it and everything just for that to come into play, right? So I need to think of a new moniker, a new something, which I'm thinking of. I got some things in the works. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah. Oh. Yeah, level up. Yeah, I looked it up. I was like, copyright law? What is, you know? Because I don't think they care about small streamers who are just kind of here to just hang out like me. But if like enough people were to watch it, then I feel like I might get in trouble. Just like Fortnite, right? You have to actually mute any of the music that you have in the lobby or anything, because almost all of it is DMCA, which will get you which will almost give you a strike, you know, a 3-strike rule, and then get you banned off Twitch. So it's kind of crazy. So they actually have an option in the settings. If you go into the settings, it says, I'm a streamer, like, do this in streamer mode, and then a good 2/3 of the things will be muted. Like emotes, background music, it'll all just, you know, it'll do the emote, but without the music, which is super weird. I don't know how strict they are about it, but I'm not sure if it's something I want to test, you know? So I just don't, right? So why would I risk it, you know? Hold on one sec, guys. There we go. Yeah, I mean, if I was a mod on the server, I'd probably be like, hey, I'm noticing that you've been grinding in this spot for a long time. Are you sure you're real? Except I've changed my my hair. It's a crisp purple, just like real life, guys. Just like real life. I wish I had this kind of fluorescent hair in real life. What if I made my whole thing RuneScape themed? My whole channel, just one big ode to RuneScape. Ooh, that's an idea. That's an idea. Interesting. Interesting discussion topic. Get here, you little freak. Get here. Who are you, Kami-sami? Get here. Jeez. Yeah, because I think Shaggy has taken... I think he's got more, what do you call it? Attention recently. And so I think Warner Bros. Is like, hey, remember that we own him, and you can't do anything without our say-so. I don't want to... I don't want to turn around and get copyright stricken for no reason, right? But yeah, so we're still level 49, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I'm pretty sure this is the best place to grind for free to play, just because I don't want the sapphire. It's not worth the space it's taking up. Just because it's near a couple banks and there's a fishing spot and like there's half decent drops, you know. But yeah, I'll be excited once it gets going. I'll be excited to stream some new stuff, like if you guys remember the Jedi Academy games or the Jedi Knight games, I guess that's what the whole series is called. I feel like maybe I stick to some old school games is what I'm thinking. Old school and indie are kind of what I'm thinking. And like, because one, you know, my laptop's a potato, so there's that. And I have a very minimalist setup right now. And then two, that way my genre doesn't change too much when as I progress. So then, you know, if I get a better computer or whatnot, I'm still gonna be playing these games anyway, because these are the games I like to play. I'll be honest. There's not like I'm not big enough, and I don't know if I want to get big enough to care about what other people want me to play. Like if I want to play it, I will play it, you know? And like I was saying before, there's so many people that play, you know. Don't. This person is just decked out. Look at that. Don't never. Don't never. Well, if you say so. Look at that. They got like a gilded sword I've never seen before. Holy. You look fancy. Look at footwear. No, I'm good. It's not my thing. What was I saying? Yeah. So if like, sorry, my brain is all over the place. Welcome to my stream. You know, my brain's gonna be all over the place throughout. So I hope you're okay with that. Um, but yeah, you see people like I myself am not going to stream Lethal Company. There are enough people doing that. It's you know saturated. The market's saturated with streamers streaming that. And if I was someone who was just opening Twitch to watch, say, hey, I want to watch someone play Lethal Company, I'm probably going to watch someone I know play Lethal Company versus some random I've never met play Lethal Company, right? Or a stream I've never watched play Lethal Company, right? And why? How can I blame them for that, right? How can I even say that's a terrible thing to do. You're already supporting a streamer that you know you like. I would do the exact same thing, right? So then why would I turn around and say, oh yeah, now I'm going to stream Lethal Company and expect anyone to show up, you know? But yeah, I've played it with my friends and it's been good. But I don't think I want to stream it for people. I'll be honest, because like the stream is kind of me just kind of organizing my thoughts, if you haven't been able to tell. By my constant like just talking. Like I watched one of my VODs and I was like, I just talk. I just go on and on and on. And it's a mess. But that's okay, you know, that's fine, because it's not like I'm doing this for people. Like, as far as I know, in my minimal run as a streamer, there is one person who has joined my stream twice and said things. Like, that's it, you know, while I'm live. And he will actually, I assume it's he, I don't know, will actually comment and would talk, which is interesting, you know. But yeah, I don't have a lot of people there, you know, jumping in and telling me like, oh my god, I love your streams, I love your content, it's so great. I'm not gonna do a hot tub stream, if that's what you're thinking. I won't do it. Not for clickbaits. I am curious. I might try streaming Everhood, just because it is, you know, such an amazing game. 1. 2, I don't think it takes up a lot of CPU power, so it should be okay. And 3, I want everyone to play it and or experience it. So if you're not going to play it yourself, I want you to come watch me play it, because it is just mind-wrecking, and I want that for everyone. I want everyone's mind to be opened. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to open your mind. Ooh. Ooh, I can't. I was... Okay. What if I did something like Matrixy? I don't think I can. I think I run into the same problems with Warner Bros. Yeah, I need... It's funny, because I like to think I'm a creative person, but then if I have to think of like a new name for my, you know, Twitch channel or something like that, then my mind just like blanks out. But then there's some people that are just like on it, and they know, you know, they're able to make puns with their names, and they're just like, either you thought about that for years, or or else you're just like, hit the gold right away. Is in either case, well done, you know? Part of me wants to just Google my name, just type in pun, see what comes up. Puns with Shaggy. I think that's my go-to. Yeah, if you're just coming in, hey, how's it going? Welcome to my late night chill stream. If you're up late hanging out, come on in, say hi, don't be shy. I'm just grinding some RuneScape and just kind of going on about everything. Literally everything, anything that pops into my head. But yeah, yeah, if I played Everhood on stream, I feel like either it would, I mean, if it was a hit, that would be awesome. I feel like so many people need to just experience that game. And then I could make my account matrixy, matrix-esque. Although there's one avatar that I've seen like 3 different streamers use that, have YouTube channels and have significant followers. And either they haven't recognized that they each use it, or else they don't care. But they, all three of them, all three of them, have a purple TV as a head. And they're just like dudes that have a purple TV as a head. And they're not in the same like sphere of stuff that they play or, make videos about. And so I feel like that helps them stay out of each other's way and maybe not care that the other ones are doing it. But it's weird that it's a purple TV all across the board. Like, is it the Twitch TV? Is that what they're trying to emulate? I don't know. But it is something. It is something it's made me curious. Yeah, I did kind of log off pretty quick earlier because I had a prior thing that I had to do that I made plans for and then totally forgot about them. I was like, oh, I'll just do a chill RuneScape stream and not have to think about anything. And then I realized I had to be somewhere in half an hour, and I was like, oh, snap. I need to go. And so I think I was mid conversation, and I was just like, all right, bye. Lure bait. These sounds, man. Oh, I didn't cut my tree. I need to cut my tree. It's weird that they made that a permanent fire. Because it used to be everyone would sit there and they'd be like, hey, someone make a fire for me, I'm done fishing. But now it's just kind of like, did they purposely just not want people to get that fire making experience? Or what is the play? Why are they doing that? But maybe it's just convenience for when people are playing on their own. Who's to say? These dark days. Awesome. 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 I'll probably play for like 10-ish more minutes and then call it. I'm kind of feeling the nighttime vibes now. Although for me that does not mean I will go to bed. I'll probably just pretend to go to bed and then watch YouTube. And yeah, if you're here earlier for my Kingdom Hearts rant, I'm sorry you had to sit through that. If you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts, I am too, believe me, I am. But I can't invest my life into it, you know? And because they are taking their sweet time releasing game after game every like half a decade, every proper installment, I got other things to do with my time than just sit around waiting for it, or memorizing all the lore that's coming out with all the little side games. I'll just read the Wikipedia. It's interesting because I think sometimes I don't have a passion, but then once I get going talking about this kind of stuff, I just go on and on and on. And I hear myself and I'm just like, wow, I have a lot of feelings about video games. And maybe, that's my passion and I just refuse to acknowledge it. But literally, like in however many streams I've done, I've just discussed all the different ways video games are good, bad, good, and just nonstop. I'm gonna go fight this one because he's gonna fight the other ones. And I think there was a part of myself that was like, "Oh, you can't be into video games. That's that's not a real thing. That's what they tell you all the time, when you're growing up. It's like you can't that doesn't count as a activity, that doesn't count as a hobby, whatever, right? And then it's like, but you know what? It it feeds the creative part of you, I think. I think it does. I think it's not a brain smoothing activity most of the time. This one might be an exception because you can basically play it with your eyes closed. Um, but I think what games make you do is, they put you in situations that like you're not going to probably see in your life depending on the game you play, right? Um, and it makes you face the version of yourself that would have to deal with those choices. And, would you be the person you think you'd be when push comes to shove? And I'm sorry if that's too philosophical for some people, but I think that's a huge thing where it's just like, people who play, let's go Star Wars. That's an easy example. Like Knights of the Old Republic. And you have the option to go light side or dark side, right? And it's like people are like, yeah, I'd never do that in real life, but I'm gonna do that in the game. And yeah, of course you wouldn't do that in real life because, that's real life in quotations, right? But clearly there's a part of you that wants to do it if you're doing it in the game. Like, and I'm not like, I went full dark side every time I played through Kodar 1 and 2, right? No shame, right? Um, but I just think that's it's kind of like a self-assessment where it's like, well, what would you do if, silly example, right? If you had the power in this situation, would you abuse it? And even if it was like a joking yes, there's still a part of you that's like, yes, I would, And I can say that about myself too. Like, yeah, I probably would if depending situations, right? Don't give me power, I will abuse it. Don't give it to me, because I'll turn that power around and I will say you're making a mistake here, you know. And then there's other games where it's like, how do you feel about being governed? How do you feel about giving people control over your life? Like Detroit Become Human is a good one. Um, it's video games. So what I'm coming back to. Sorry, I digress. Video games are not a smooth brain activity. Is what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, you've got to like come back and you've got to see yourself from that angle, right? And you're like, wow, I never thought that if I was given the option to take advantage of old people, I would and steal their stuff. But, in this hypothetical world of a zombie apocalypse, guess I'm doing that. And in no means does that mean that, I don't feel like I'm getting my point across properly. It just makes you think is all I'm trying to say. It makes you look at yourself in a different light. And is that what you do? Maybe, maybe not. But like, if you pick the dark side option, then there's a part of you that wants to. I mean, let's face it, right? Because if 0% of you were wanting to do it, you wouldn't, right? You'd be one of the minority that does the G. Willikers good guy stuff. Which is fine. But it's just not as fun. I do think though, I would like to see games that are less handholdy. Because there are some games where I feel like you're being guided the entire game, you know? Where the whole thing feels like a tutorial and that's the end credits and you're like, but when did I ever get to do it on my own? Like what's when I feel like that's big for some recent games where it's kind of like if you linger in one area or you're not doing the main quest or whatever for a little too long or even a little, then suddenly you get this little like notification on the screen that's kind of like, hey, remember, if you need help, press this button. If you need to check where the objective is, press this button. If you're a dumbass. But it's just like, it does that the whole game, and you're kind of like, thanks, I got it. I'm just wanting to admire the artwork that people have spent hours putting into this game, right? I don't need to head straight there. Yeah, I think I'll in my about me, I will probably add a list of games that I plan on playing that plan on because again, currently playing off a potato. So what I can and can't run might be what I can and can't run while streaming might be limited, right? So because OBS takes its fair share and then that's, then you add the game in there and it stacks on a lot. I was playing Pummel Party, or no, even Golf with Your Friends crashed out on me the other day, which I think is interesting. And it's too bad because like it'd be great to play games with my friends so that I'm not just talking to myself. Um, that I can stream, but I don't know how plausible that is. But that's okay. I mean, like I come back to, it's not really for other people. It's kind of for me. So, I mean, if it's for you VOD watchers, I appreciate it. You know what? I appreciate you. I'm not sure who you are. I'm not sure how you got here and who you are, but I appreciate you. Um, yeah, it's interesting to think because I, you know, after the fact, I couldn't even tell you what I talked about on stream. But, I just kind of come back and then I see that, 10 people watch my VOD. And I'm like, why? What are you watching? you know? But it's cool and it's very cool. And if you do like it, I think that's amazing and I thank you for it. Um, but it's new to me. It's strange. It's a strange feeling because like I'm enjoying this game. I like this game. But I mean, I don't know. It's just strange to me that people would come in and say hi or watch the VOD afterwards and be like, "Oh, that's cool that he's playing RuneScape." It's not expected at all. Yeah, I did. I did make a Twitter for, and I don't use Twitter ever. Um, a vanilla life. So I did make one for this just to post that I'm going live. Again, not really sure why or who who's going to see it and care. But I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna make this, if I'm gonna even, even if I'm just making this for me, I'm gonna make it, do it right. So I made a Twitter. I followed some streamers, and I just basically post that I'm going live because I don't know. I'm torn between having this like small, tiny stream that's just, like me talking, and then just like I think it would be amazing to play Among Us or Lethal Company or whatever with some of these big names that I know, or not that I know, that I watch, because I think that would be, and not even streaming it, right? I covered this a few streams ago, but like if I was to get contacted, hey, I'm level 50, what up? if I was to get contacted by one of these big names and they were like, "Hey, saw your stream, want to play Lethal Company?" It would be, I would be over the moon about it. I would be so excited. I'd be like, "Yes, I will cancel any plans. I will, I will happily play Lethal Company with you, or whatever." And even if they were like, "Yeah, but I'm kind of a big deal, so you can't stream it." Be like, "Okay, done." I wasn't planning on it, but uh just because, and it's one of those things where the pessimist in me is like, well, they're all putting on a show. They're never as happy as you think, right? But then the innocent young wee bab in me is like, you know what? They're having fun. I want to be a part of that, right? I think that's why people watch. I think that's why people watch streams. It's like it's not just for the entertainment kind of value. It's like you see the friendship and you see the like people playing together, and it's kind of like, hey, I kind of proxy get the friend vibes by being in the stream, and it would be so cool to actually be a part of that friend group. So yeah, if one of those friends, and obviously I have like my own personal favorite streamers and whatnot, as everyone does. But if they ever reached out and were like, "Hey, we're accepting you into our club," or even just like, "Hey, come play a round or two with us. You seem chill." I Man, I would be so happy. Just because I feel like I don't have many gamer friends, to word it delicately. And it would be cool to have people that are just like down to try new games, down to play, down to, just see how we vibe, right? Whether it's Lethal Company or whatever the hot game of the month is, right? Among Us. I do see some people playing Among Us again. I'm kind of like, wow, I miss that game. I miss that game, but unfortunately, unless you got like a solid group of at least 8 who are going to join you consistently and for like commit at least a couple hours, and it's not worth it, which is sad because that was a fun game. That was a game of opportunity. I refer to 2020 as the year of Among Us because that game just kind of came out at the perfect time because everyone was locked up at home. It didn't matter, so like you had to do it. You had to play Among Us. There was no escaping it. Even if you weren't a gamer, you had to play Among Us. Everyone knows about it, That's how sus got introduced into our vocabularies. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not the year of the pandemic. It's the year of Among Us. that's that's what we're doing. Or yeah, or the year of Fall Guys. But I think Fall Guys came out after. And that's still going pretty strong too. Fall Guys. But they did decrease the size of the lobbies. It used to be 60 players. per round, and they dropped it down to 40 because I think their total player count went down. Alright, I think I'll kill this guy, and then that'll probably be it because it's pretty late where I am. If you like RuneScape streams, there's a few people I can recommend that are pretty chill that they're not just grinding all the time. But there are a few people I can recommend. But if you stopped in, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Means a lot to me. Uh, I, whenever I play this game, I'll try and stream it again, which is going to probably be tomorrow or whatever. But yeah, if you dropped in, that's great. I appreciate you very much. But with that being said, I think it's time to go to bed. So me and Davinci are gonna head out. All right. Have a good night.